So again, I told you I would get right into it with the 18th year of the September 11th attack. We're getting right into it. Before I begin, my apologies go out to the families who lost their lives, their loved ones. I'm sorry, but we sought justice for that. I ain't got soda, but I do got a Monster. That's the key word to keep you going, you know? Not really. Yeah, so, we honor the 18th annual September 11th, 2001 attack, the 9/11 attack, the worst in U.S. history. But us Americans, we don't scare easy. We don't go we don't lose sight. We don't lose patriotism. We don't scare away easy. But we got the ones that we needed to be brought to justice for the terrible attacks. Which is good, because without the justice we need or deserve, we wouldn't move on with their day-to-day lives. Nearly 3,000 people died in the September 11th attack. It's just a sad and wrongfully attack on U.S. soil this very day. We're anti-terrorism in America. That's the way it should be. We don't give pleasure to terrorism in America. That's number one. We won't scare away easy. The peace talk with Afghan and the Taliban, Trump canceled that. Good job, Donald John Trump. But you need to come up with a strategy so it don't get too out of hand. To me, I am very proud to be American, number one. Alongside of that, number two, New York, you should be proud to be American. Number three, you should be happy that justice was served May 1st, 2011. 9/11 was an awful, eventful day. It changed America, airports, our whole lives. It changed our viewpoint in our everyday life. It's a sad and unjust attack. It was the worst attack in America. It was a dreadful cleanup. It was dreadful for the first responders. What this energy drink says. We back all first responders. As a person who uses smokeless tobacco in general, we support troops. Number 1, Corona, California. Mud Jug 1. The people at Mud Jug support our U.S. troops, our soldiers overseas, who's fighting for our freedoms and our rights and fighting against terrorist groups. So if you get a chance today, when a veteran returns home, please, 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 I beg you, thank a U.S. veteran today for their wonderful, gracious, and risky service. But more important, you all stood still through the whole situation. You didn't scare away. You didn't unite. You didn't form an alliance to get back at the ones that caused you the pain. But right here is really what matters. This book here. This is what matters the most. This needs back in public schools and the government. This right here, this book, KJV, King James Version, Holy Bible. This is what really matters most with them attacks, with that attack on this very day. Just remember, it was a dreadful day. Number 1. Number 2, it was a terrible time in America. It changed our whole world. It changed our thinking process. It changed our everyday lives. But the key word is, and I repeat, key word, don't let terrorism overcome. Or don't let terrorist groups win. As Trump would say, we're going to make America great again. My top priority in this very video, it was a sad day in American soil. Even for me, it was so unreal. It was something unheard of in America. How did it go on? Well, people hijacked planes. They said they was going back to the airport with explosives. We'll just leave it at that. But we all know that's untrue because it can't be predicted. Nothing that terrorist groups say, and I am an American, is they lie a lot. You can't trust people overseas like that, because you never know. Excuse me, monster and riboflavin and niacin mix. Yippee. Um, but you can't let them groups win, because if you let them win, then they just laugh at you more, saying, "Oh, we attacked America." You know what? We done our job as Americans. We didn't scare easy. We didn't ease away. We didn't give terrorists an inch. Which, that's why I'm proud to be an American, number one. Number two, the Al-Qaeda network. Now, I don't know. I'm gonna say it's probably true, but I'm not sure. I would say the Al-Qaeda group was pretty much responsible for the whole September 11th attack on America. But most of all, I think that Bin Laden had credit hand in hand for it. But, I don't know. He never had a chance to speak up and say, "Oh, it was me who did it. I'm solely responsible for it." But the thing about New York and America is we'll stand up and form an alliance against our enemies. Number one. That's just how it is. That's the way I see the viewpoint of the strategy. The strategy could have been more stronger, in my opinion. But we, as Americans, we done our job. We didn't scare away. And we stood up when it was needed. We were patriotic. We read our Bible. That's how it is. That's how it should be. Mass murders happened that very day. 3,000 lives were at stake. Why? Because they didn't like us, number one. Number two, they were just looking for a war. Number two and three, they tried to win, but they failed. That's just how it is. If you try to win in a war, you're going to fail. You're going to lose drastically. But other than that, besides that, this ain't the only time they've done it. That's not the only time they tried to make war with the United States. There's been many wars. Afghanistan, Syria, Iraq, Iran. Many people tried to go to war with us, but that always fails. And I continue to say that it's going to fail. So don't be scared or hurt anymore, because we got to get up as Americans. We can't fall asleep like we did September 11th. Not saying all Americans fell asleep, but we need to get up as a country, rebuild it, and take what is ours to take. Now, am I saying take jewelry, take bubblegum from convenience stores, gas stations, sunflower seeds from gas stations? No, it's not what I'm saying. Number one, don't steal. I'm saying we got to get up as a nation. And here's my point. We gotta get our heads straight first. Number one. That's your number one top priority. Now, if the terrorist groups can do it, if they can attack the U.S., why can't we attack them as a nation? That is my point that I was trying to make. That's what I want to happen. If they can make war, I'll say let's give them war. Let's not worry anymore, because we don't scare easy like we used to. We don't scare at all. But that's what I'm saying. Let's invade the process. Let's join as Americans. Catch you next one.